warriors. Confronting them like challenging the winter itself. The snow that blinds you gives them strength. And the ice belongs to them. Prepare yourself for a cold wind blows.
Hello, and welcome back to the Call of Duty League, where we are about to go underway with the first matchup of the day. We're going to see Minnesota Røkkr, of course, facing off against Paris Legion, right? And talking about both of these teams right now, Minnesota Røkkr, they're looking to really ramp things up heading into Major 2, one that they will be hosting out there in Minnesota, and I personally can't wait.
I can't wait. It's going to be a lit event. We know Minnesota likes to get the fans going, having those watch parties, but them watch parties have to be depressing as of late because Minnesota has been all over the place. They made a role change, so we'll allot them a little bit of grace in that last match versus Toronto Ultra.
Fair.
But with Minnesota Røkkr, I do like the change. I think Attach is better with an AR, and I think Priestahh is better with an SMG. This is a team, though, they have a ton of potential. In Respawn, they have been abysmal, though, so they just need to slay more. I mean, quite frankly, I hate saying that, like they just have to get more kills, but it's simple as that. They have to get more kills, they have to play faster. That is the main issue with the Minnesota Røkkr.
They have to play like they do at the end of the games, right? We've seen them push these top teams to the limit, and when they're put under the pressure, that's when the slaying starts getting put together. That's when they start to connect. But when it comes to the game fuel keys to victory, they need to find respawn success like we were talking about. They are 0-6 in the last 6 respawns, 5-0 in the last 5 S&Ds. And of course, they got to lock it down. First in round win percentage, Paris is 10th. Paris obviously has been a team struggling since the beginning of the year, and they just need to be able to capitalize on that and find those breaks on Tuscan hardpoint. Røkkr is breaking 6% of hills on Tuscan, and Paris 8%. Both of these teams are terrible at breaking. Minnesota Røkkr, just do the early rotation. You are a slower, methodical team. Capitalize to your strengths.
And looking at this team right now, the players are there, man. They could definitely put out a great performance and get that W, but the question is, can they do it? Me personally, I want to see Priestahh take him to church, man. He's definitely one of the top dogs on this team. But when it comes to Paris Legion as well, let's be completely honest, okay? aLLeY, seeing him at the Major, it was so exciting. After that big win, the entire audience was cheering for him. It wasn't even the green wall at that point. We were all the baguette boys, right? But yesterday, they seemed kind of flat. There was a lot of explosiveness.
Yeah, there was, and that comes with the roster change, right? They've been kind of playing hot potato a little bit, and I'm looking at Simp as being the most aggressive player on this squad, and Jimbo kind of just needs to find his pacing again. This is his kind of debut on this roster, and Nameless, when it comes to the game fuel keys to victory for Paris Legion, what do they got to do?
I mean, the only mode that they've had a semblance of, success in is search and destroy. But let's get into game fuel keys of victory because they got a lot of work to do. One, I'm going to add one. I think Jimbo needs to have a big series here. Coming into the CDL as a challengers player, like you got to immediately show an impact, right, to earn your spot. So Jimbo needs a big one here versus a struggling Respawn team in the Minnesota Røkkr. But need a bounce back series for the new addition. So there we go. GRVTY and Jimbo both didn't play that great. Get out from the hardpoint dungeon. 3-11 in hardpoint. Last in rotation win percentage, break percentage, and hold percentage. These guys have been ass at hardpoint. They have to rotate better. They have to break better. That comes down to communication. It is a new team, but at this point, they have to be ready for it. And then counter the A hits on Tuscan, search, and destroy. Røkkr winning 69% of rounds going A, 38% on other strats. So hopefully this team has done their research. They're prepared for that A push, and they can counter it.
With this being the year of the rookie right now for the Call of Duty League, I want to see Jimbo pop off to join, his compadres that came up along with him. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time to get the game started. And I'm really happy to throw this over to Miles and Chance. Fellas, good morning. How you feeling?
Oh, looking good, boys.
Hey.
Spicy.
He's got Paris Legion going on right now. Let's go.
Well, I've got nothing. How you doing, mate?
I'm doing all right. I get to commentate with a floating head. That's always going to be a good day. It'll be, honestly, this matchup that we have, it is like this series of joy, right? If you have two of the worst Respawn teams in the league, well, one of them guaranteed to start pulling in some W, so someone will come away today happy with a bit of a wind in their sails, so to speak, and especially the fact that we get a Tuscan hardpoint map 1. Both of these teams winless on the map. I know the analyst desk already talked about a bit of like, you know, very bottom of the barrel when it comes to just like break percentages. Honestly, yeah, it is across the board. The only positive thing out of every single one of these stats is the fact that Minnesota Røkkr, when they actually do win the rotations, fantastic at hold of the hills. And good news, Pair's not exactly good at breaking them. So this may very well be the case of just a rotation game on Tuscan. But again, Miles, someone will get their first win on this map.
They will get their win, but as Nameless asks in our Game Fuel Key to Victory, will they manage to get out of the dungeon? Well, the first of our trio of Tuscans begins now. Hardpoint's underway. It's Røkkr, it's Legion, and it's on your device wherever the hell you are in the world. Let's get into it.
And that is I mean, what a triple hit from Pairs off the rip. I suppose opening breaks for the not offensive team, but the team with the better spawn doesn't make too much of a difference, but you end up on the wrong side. Priestahh walks through mid and gets gifted the kill, so I take it back. What a terrible setup for the Pairs Legion as Minnesota just break in effectively for free, and well, now Standy in prime position to watch mid and try to get a couple kills.
We'll see. Priestah's gotten a nice start. If he can uphold Veli's wishes of taking him to church, there are 3 opportunities to get that done here on Tuscan, of course. So far, so good. Here comes a slow break now from Paris. Last player up there in Minnesota for the hill's going to be attached. He gets brought down. Røkkr now fall out. We're going to see the final 10 seconds go the way of Paris. Rotation's already down. Bottom right-hand side of the screen. That's going to be all Røkkr. They're in first over towards Statue. Jimbo's going to try to make the break through the back. Over to Standy. Big scare 1. Brought down immediately. The battle still continuing now on the backside chance. Attach picks up 1. Hard points up. Time goes to Røkkr.
Nothing too crazy there for Røkkr, right? Just get a couple trades on the back, make sure you're watching the flank, and the setup right now still good as well. Everybody watching each other's back, and Jimbo just running straight into death. No one prepares, able to get a single kill on that break attempt, and well, maybe an indication of why the team's towards the bottom of the league on this map for actually breaking the hard points. And well, Minnesota trying to show off while they're good at holding it and attach again from the back line, protecting his teammates. Gravity finally chops him down, and hey, Gravity may be able to pick up 2, but Røkkr still collecting the hill time, if not just for a moment.
Well, Paris, they get the break done a little earlier than the last hard point. They're going to have 20 seconds to work with now. There's an unfortunate pinch and some funky spawns now for Røkkr they're going to have to deal with, but for the time being, we're looking at Temp. Trying to make the rotation over towards P3, over towards Fountain. You played rank play, you know, not an easy hard point to break into. Peek the setup now from Røkkr. 2 players holding towards the back. You've got 1 on the front line, but that's going to be John now trying to make the entry through the side. Not going to happen much longer. MajorManiak posted up. He's in a prime position to find the kills if Standy can get the time.
And I really like that patient play from Attach, by the way, just roaming towards the middle of the map, waiting for the hill to pop and then going to take down Temp. But now the question is, can you get MajorManiak out of the back spawn? Gravity is nearby and is still alive. Gravity might be blocking the spawns for his team, but eventually Major is there to swing in, and well, that'll be Røkkr still firmly in control. A couple sub players trying to fly out to make the break, and that's doing a job to stay alive. And I think the break might very well be in, or at least scrapping is towards the end. Looks like Røkkr able to hold strong, but a back and forth sort of slaying battle around this Fountain Hill. But as far as the time goes, well, Røkkr have collected most of it. Looks like that final 15 seconds, though, Paris to be able to get. So still early on, pretty tight game.
Oh my God, Priestahh v John on the backside of the tank. A big win from John, but not for long, as the kills now come through, and now we're going to see the church hard point pop wide open. Temp's in. Temp's going to find at least 2. Nice shots indeed. The snap onto the third. Priestahh gets a couple in the chest. No problem, though. Gravity picks up the next few. Hard points up. Paris managed to win the rotational gunfights. They managed now to get the first time. Will this be the lead change?
You see Gravity in the hill. Well, he's thinking about the lead change, but also that bounce back from his performance yesterday. At a .69 and well inside the hill, can't actually collect any of the kills. And I mean, that is a quick and easy break effectively for Røkkr. Still though, John is here to cause chaos in the back. Killing his teammate accidentally, but at least collects the next player for the Røkkr. And I think honestly, again, you know, Nameless talked about it as well. You're just looking for some sort of slaying prowess. This is an opportunity for both of these teams to try to put up with a big performance, but again, very tight game, tied on the board so far. And again, it is the scrap time going towards the Legion. They will have their first lead of the game.
How long will they hold it? Final 10, going to come to a close. P5 up next. Small room, tiny box. Not a lot of ways in. A lot of opportunities for explosives. Attach now look on the outside. Jimbo's already got to this point. Will he be able to win the fight? Hell yeah, Attach wins it. Big stuff. Play now coming from down low. As Attach is trying to get it done all on his own. Nade comes through, and Sally's a teammate. I thought it was going to be 3 for Attach, and it nearly was. Temp gets traded out. A good hold from Røkkr, but the fight is far from over. Here comes John, bunny hopping into the fight. MajorManiak from downstairs now, trying to get involved. As we've got time ticking away of Legion, finally brought down to a close. As Røkkr now with control of the hard point. A couple of kills going their way, should be able to get some time.
And honestly, I'm just happy to see Røkkr playing like the bottom of this hill, right? They had a break yesterday where all 3 players played up top and Vance just walked through for a free flank. So you keep control of down low. Even if you lose the hill time for a second, easy for these players to just shoot you in the feet, go through the wall, and swing for these final kills. Once again, though, looks like Paris fighting pretty hard for this scrap. I think, honestly, that's been one of the main factors in then keeping this game close. And it looks like the scrap time, once again, albeit only 5 seconds, will go their way. But that has seemingly been the Paris game plan, right? If you're not winning these rotations, just try to strip away as much time as possible. That is just one set of rotations in, and it is still a very tight game.
Tight game indeed. Røkkr starting to work a slight lead here, going into set number 2. Back over to the first. As far as the kills department go, it's all attached to the 16 and 10. Looking very, very comfortable. Name's brought this up again on the desk. Bit of a grace period for Røkkr again as that role change comes through, but Attach certainly starting to fit into the assault rifle role very, very well. 3 kills now for Paris. As the time keeps going in their favor, the opportunity for the lead to change hands potentially is GRVTY now currently on a 3, alongside Temp also in the hard point as Paris lock it down.
And so far, this might be one of the stronger holds of any hill we've had so far this game, maybe out of the Fountain Hill for Minnesota. Still collecting the final bit of time, and it looks like Standy, well, might be there to chop it down, right? And that has been the sort of battle. Neither team able to get any sort of full 60, and I think more importantly, that break towards the end is just going to force Paris Legion so far away from that next hill. So Røkkr right now, they get the clearance. It's only 1 guy on hill and 1 guy for plat for the moment. As Standy loses the gunfights, the trade up top, but Jimbo kills a teammate and Attach still in the back, still has the coverage. This has been his prime territory.
He's been loving it back here, man. Time and time again, we've seen him hold this one down. This is going to be a tough break now, though, as the clock's still ticking. Røkkr still have control. Paris now with an opportunity to get the break. Let's now go for a quick listen in with Legion and see how long they can hold.
Okay. I'm helping short.
Just hold.
I'm gonna get 1 kill, then I'm gonna
radio. Wait for 1 kill. Nice.
I'm just holding back.
Danny, go out.
Blue Priestahh 1 shot. Blue Priestahh 1 shot. I have the challenge. One's mid. Just hold this grab. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to get out. We're not gonna be able to get out. Radio 1 shot. Please get this 20. Get this 20. Attach was radio. He was a bullet. He's not gonna shot you. I'm gonna try and go out right, boys.
Yeah, sure is good.
Dill's 1 shot. He's 1 shot. He's challenging you both.
I got him. Nice. Hey, slowly.
One stun right.
Yeah, I'm trying to switch lanes to mid. Hold on.
All right.
We're top fire. You play right.
Top fire.
Fuck, I bumped the window. Top fire.
All right, we gotta head left. We're heading left. Take your time right.
Yeah, I'm gonna come right. We have double ARs right.
Hold on.
Go mid alley.
I'm trying to work a pick here.
Watch out.
Preston on head. Good shit. If you got head, I'm sliding on me. Yep.
Fire. They spawned on him, bro. Secret, John. Secret. Priestahh.
I hear you. One
behind you. Good try.
I need to go.
Come from behind. 1 shot. Wait, Brian.
They spawned there, right?
Could have chilled out.
Could be ours. Hit him with a nade. Hit a nade. They're so weak on the right.
Hold on.
Back secret. Major 1 shot.
Got heady Preston.
We gotta get a nade on the hill first.
He's got it.
Adrian's in the back.
1 shot time.
I got it. One more got heady.
Close hill, close fire. One more got heady Preston.
Don't flip. I'm hitting that. Y'all pick up left.
Preston 1 shot it old.
You dead. Y'all play left.
Nice. They're gonna flood blue.
They're gonna top blue. Top already.
Don't you just get top and just hold? Oh, I'll try to get top.
What you doing?
I get top.
I'll try to get top.
He's already
Yeah, I'm holding the back. I'm holding the back. They can't crypt.
Top green. Calm down, Brian. We're good over here. Top green.
Temp trying to lead from the front. You heard in the comms there whether it was telling folks to calm down, telling folks to get the nades in, and with good reason. Paris still retaining the lead. Church hard points theirs for now. Here comes the split push though from Røkkr. A chance. Hey man, this is a great hard point. These teams may not have been the most ideal when it comes to the overall league, but as far as this matchup concerned, I'm loving the hard points so far.
I would say, really, it almost seems like a battle for the scrap, right? We've had a couple, okay holds, not too terrible, but it seems like whichever team loses the rotation, still able to get that scrap time eventually, maybe for the final 10, 15 seconds. But as it stands for Røkkr, you might actually be able to try to spawn trap these guys in the back. Everyone now spawning out towards P2, and you have the final, 20 seconds on this hill, which pairs it looks like they're sort of half trying to fight. They send 1 player in to fall. Meanwhile, Attach is actually here on rotation, but where he falls, his teammates at least wins the gunfights in the old hill, so they will have built themselves a nice, 30, 35 second lead. honestly, for Røkkr now, the situation is one decent break over towards P5. They're good to go, but I like the setup for Paris because you see a long flank coming in, but it's being read, and Temp wins the gunfight. Honestly, Paris, they're setting themselves up for a very strong hold on P5.
Let's see if they're going to do it. We've seen a couple of holds here on P5. There's a difficult hill to get a lot of time out of a consecutive order, but this is looking fine so far. MajorManiak still unable to get anything going. The rest of the team hitting the back now. Here comes the push from Standy, closest in from downstairs, waiting for the nades, waiting for the teammates, but it's kills all across the board as Paris now getting involved. Here comes the hit from Standy, 3 in a row, making his way forward. Priestahh leads the charge. P-Dog, he's back it, baby! And if it was for Standy bringing him down, that could have been a tremendous push. Minnesota, what a break that was. Røkkr with a hard point.
And it looked to me like maybe just the comms hectic for Paris, right? Because as soon as Jimbo gives up down low, and I don't know if he saw the windows opening or closing, but he gives it up, he falls, and the break is in. Røkkr cannot win it here, but I think maybe an interesting battle on the rotation. Either way, good scrap time for Minnesota. GRVTY now, I mean, he's fighting older. He wins that gunfight, but now he's just sort of out of the fight or can at least wrap over towards New. So maybe if he can cut off mid-map, Paris not in the worst spots. But for Røkkr, one break, all they need.
This is going to come down to the wire. Here comes Paris from behind. GRVTY with a 5s free now. That 2 is going to be huge. Hardpoint controlled. Pulling this back 1 second at a time as GRVTY with mid-map covered. Perfect reads on the spawns. Unbelievable stuff out of GRVTY. That's going to be 7 in a row. Trying to make it 8. Oh, baby! We're holding it down. And now all of a sudden the lead just changed hands. John, you're up next as your teammates now scramble to get in the middle of the map and try to hold this. 5 seconds for the win. Here we go. Paris on the last minute contest. They've got to hold this down. Priestahh's now got control. And Paris have been brought down. We're back at it. Is anyone there? Paris, get going. On your bikes, boys. Get into the point. I don't think anyone's there to land a shot, a nade, nothing. Wait, Paris is in. What are we watching? What in the name of God was that our point?
Neither team, Miles, able to hold a hill for dear life. I mean, we'd have to go back and talk about like 7 different decisions that get made. GRVTY comes over from P5, gets the final kill, but basically for no time. But when he cuts through the middle of the map, he goes on like maybe a 4 or 5 spree after that, collects a glide bomb. Off spawn, he calls it in, and in my head initially, I'm like, this is perfect. You have control, you got people on the Godhead, you got a glide bomb on the way. I mean, surely Paris have this in the bag. And then, well, every single person for Røkkr still just able to push through and then force the glide bomb and be like, hey, if you're killing me, you're killing your teammate too. So we can take a look at the final 30 seconds. It is just craziness on craziness. Is neither team able to hold. But this is the moment where I just thought Paris have it for sure, right?
Oh,
you get all these cutoff kills, you get the glide bomb as well, and no one from Røkkr anywhere near. But then somehow after this, Røkkr just able to get the cakewalk towards the hill. Number 6, John, well, he's got the MP40, so he can't exactly hold him off. Even with the glide bomb coming in the background, you see what like Priestahh and Standy are doing. They're just pushing towards the actual Paris player. So GRVTY has to commit and drag back. And then with only 5 seconds left, I mean, the nades, I guess, get him out of the hill, and then the player in front just gets bullied out. But I don't know. It looked like Røkkr maybe just could have stacked time. I don't know where the nades were landing. I don't know what kind of craziness was actually going on for Røkkr in that situation. But, I mean, that was a final moment where it seemed like there was no hope of Paris losing it until Røkkr break through. And I was like, oh, Røkkr have this for sure. And then, well, the Tuscan tragedy continues, I suppose, for the Røkkr as, I don't know, Paris get to be the happy team at the end of that game.
Oh, man. That you just got to soak time, right? I mean, right now, I think the only thing that's truly soaked is my monitor. Like, my God, what we finish was that. Woo! What a start to the series, ladies and gentlemen. We continue our trio of Tuscans. That's the first bit down. It is going to be a trilogy, though. So now part 2's on its way. Search and Destroy is coming up next. Sweet child of mine. Charles, where do we go from here? Minnesota obviously have the edge when it comes to Search and Destroys. The respawn mode's still going to be up in the air as much as you like. But for sure, I mean, Røkkr have got S&D in the bag, right?
Well, so the stat line Carson sent us at the top of the day was Minnesota, well, now 0-7 in their last 7 respawns, but 5-0 in their last 5 search and destroy. So obviously an elite caliber search and destroy team. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. They do have a couple moments, and honestly, Tuscan has been the map where they've thrown away a couple like 1v2s where they split up, but maybe outside of literally 2 hyper-specific rounds that have costed them, and honestly only costed them in 1 series. Still a strong team, still favored to win this matchup, but of course on the flip side for Paris, little bit unknown, right? You know, they have an extra new player for the squad in Search and Destroy. I know for the map 5, we have a Bocage. That has been like the almost auto ban for this side of Paris, but with the new roster, they're letting it through. And so with the new roster, tougher to predict. We don't exactly know what we'll see for them on this Tuscan S&D.
Yeah, going to be interesting indeed. Of course, Tuscan Control coming after that, map number 3. Highly doubt we're going to see a 3-0 in this series. This one should go the distance indeed. So I hope you're very comfortable, Call of Duty fans. We're going the long way round to get towards our next series. But this is so far pretty interesting. Chance again, both teams not looking too great in the hard points. A big rebound, though, indeed, for Paris there. A big clutch when they certainly needed that one. And I mean, if we have to sort of dial the clock back, mate, I mean, GRVTY obviously picking up a nice 7 spree towards the end there where it really mattered. The streaks coming into play, even if it was literally at the last moment. What do we think of Jimbo so far, though? I mean, he hasn't had the most, I want to say, sensational debut to the league, but is he kind of the missing piece that Paris need?
That is a very interesting question. I mean, the chatter I've heard about this guy from his Challengers performances, not just last year, but this year as well, is like the most aggressive player in the game, right? Like his engagements that he had from Cold War, and this is what I'm getting for Parasite, who I trust more than I trust myself, especially when it comes to the Challenger scene, said that his engagements were above and beyond the rest of the Challenger scene. Even Vivid has like tipped the cap and be like, yes, Jimbo plays faster than I do, which, I mean, it literally does not get faster than that. That being said, has it been the best look early on? He hasn't had those flashy moments, not enough time to pop off, but also he's 4 maps in. So we really just don't know. And obviously with a new team, trying to wait for this guy to get in the swing of things, but a player I'm very much excited to watch. And of course, a player that in the S&D, I mean, needs to pop off, right? I'd say Paris, you get that hard work out of the way when you're playing against Minnesota. As long as you beat them in the respawns, you're feeling a little bit comfortable because you know how tough the S&Ds can be. And especially on this map for Minnesota Røkkr, one of the most successful teams in the game when attacking the A site. I think they're winning like 70% of the rounds when they go this direction, have like a 1.25, 1.3 KD when they're attacking A. So Røkkr certainly are capable of executing the game plan on offense, which on Tuscan towards that A site, for the most part, that's the name of the game.
We'll see how we go. Also, shout out to Jimbo's cats making a very small appearance there in his player cam. Well, feline friends, we love pets here in the COD League. One thing we also love is snipes, and sadly that one does land, but doesn't quite have enough oomph behind it to kill GRVTY. Bomb making its way over towards B now. Nades exchanged. Røkkr have made a quick shuffle, and it's going to be Temp with that snipe. Okay, Temp could go huge here. Let's find out. I think the play is on, Chance. They've seen it.
Yeah, I was going to say interesting on the timing as well, because Røkkr didn't force this through, but they waited until they grouped up together. And by the way, Standy got into a very interesting spot, and with the snipes out, both players fall. And I mean, that is honestly for Paris just letting these players get way too aggressive on B. The clean 4-man wipe. And I was thinking for a moment the Røkkr played it slow enough to approach this B side. I was like, well, Paris got right back. They got the sniper in prime position, and then for whatever reason, Temp just sort of looks away, maybe concerned about someone pushing up through the middle flank or through Turch. And I mean, hey, one small just mishap, you look away for just a second, Røkkr get full control, and I mean, just straight up run you over. So bounce back round for Minnesota. They're on the board.
House of cards, that one. That really fell to pieces quickly there for Paris Legion. Let's see what we can do now on offense. John with the bomb. Temp still going to keep the snipes in hand. Defense now for Røkkr, sort of heavy church side. Eyes on mid. I'm going to see if anything comes through. The stun check and the nade check over towards bomb there. But for now, a lot of noise being made towards that backside of A. Here comes the plant. There we go. Now they retake for Røkkr. Straight up 4v4. Standy's going to get the party started. Here we go. He's on a 3 spree already. Great way to start the search. And he's already on the defuse.
Yeah, no one in position to go. Oh, the nades come through. I was going to say no one's playing top fire, but now Paris after that back in position. But I mean, I can see it up top. Someone's on the bomb. The guy from fire gets killed in the setup. Too tough from Paris. I mean, I like the idea at first just to make the nades come through, but then they only had one player in position to really get a guy off bomb. And Røkkr, as decisive as can be, hop it straight away. Even after a player dies the nade, say, hey, it looks like we're clear. No one's in these clutch spots. Just hop it again. And I mean, that is Røkkr just breaking down the lack of setup coming in from Paris Legion.
Yeah, they don't have any mid control. You can't keep eyes on the bomb. You don't have enough nades left to throw. Obviously, the one from GRVTY comes through and nails it. But after that, a free defuse for Røkkr. 2 rounds now up. Heavy stack over towards B, but Paris seem to be here on the defense. Jimbo's going to be there. Through the front door we go. Priestahh gets cut down. Trade's coming through. Standy now involved. John finding the last one. that's going to slow the push and leave the bomb down. Nice shots from Attach right through the little blinds. Whoa, okay, GRVTY's going to give a couple back, but you still have to now reclaim plat and get the bomb back. Now 2v2, just over a minute to work with.
I mean, a minute, though. Plenty of time for Røkkr to try to make these adjustments. MajorManiak and Attach, I mean, two of the most clutch players in the league. Going against one of the rookies in GRVTY. And, of course, Donnie Temp, who right now Paris is trying to group back together. But before they can group, MajorManiak finds the pick. And all of a sudden, Temp, by the time he gets here, left alone in a 1 versus 2. And Røkkr still taking their time because 35 seconds is an eternity.
Temp, big 1v2 win. Timing was good and a sigh of relief across his face. He was extremely frustrated after, of course, the defuse in round 2, but a nice way to bounce back. Donnie Temp leading from the front.
I don't understand. I mean, again, Minnesota Røkkr, elite S&D team, they just can't clutch a 2v1 to save their lives. It is literally just this map, by the way, where it's happened. Third time they have gotten 1v2'd in, I think, a different fashion every time. This is the first time they've grouped up, but now just grouping up for the 2-piece. But either way, shout out Temp for the clutch, making sure his team is on the board. Being down 3-0, not a fun spot at all. And I'd say for Paris, on offense last time, they were able to get this bomb down effectively for free. The nade's making it a little bit tougher this time, but there you go. There's the pick for Major. Nice angle. Bomb down.
Clean opening. Up next will be GRVTY. Oh, we saw him. MajorManiak, an incredibly patient, methodical player. A lot of tags, a lot of damage. Temp with a reclaim of the bomb. He's going to repeat this once more. Will Temp hold it? Oh, he's going for the plant. MajorManiak trying to keep it all covered. Standy, though, caught under the cover of fire. It was a distraction. It was a ruse. And Røkkr are in, and GRVTY, last player left alive. Top fire. He's going to try to get out, but here comes Attach. Going to make it interesting at the very least. This is a technical 1v4. There's not a lot of time to get it done. He's got a reclaim bomb, get the plant, 30 seconds to kill them all. Good luck, Tom. You'll need it.
And Røkkr having a quick debate about what spot they want to play. Well, now they know exactly where he is, and they found their corners. And I think really you can just readjust it and pick a couple new ones, right? Standy may be worried about the potential church flank, but MajorManiak spots him in well and takes him down. And a very simple round for Minnesota, right? MajorManiak gets the bomb down on B, gets that free first blood, and then I think it's honestly just about that perfect timing, right? Gets those shots through the window, tries to bat GRVTY down, and as soon as he is doing that, Attach is then able to soar straight into the bomb site for free, kill the guy off bomb, and efficient stuff on defense for Minnesota.
Whew. Spicy bit of search we have indeed. 3-1 currently. At 5-3 overall for Attach. That's a 4-2 for Standy. Heavy A hit now from Paris. The 3 players are in. They're committing to this one. Attach doesn't manage to get too much done. Suppressing fire now. John able to get in the mix. Does get the first kill. Bit of a flank now from Røkkr. They've adapted quickly, but the coverage there in mid. Temp once again holding them back. That's suppressing fires, keeping them down. Standy's in trouble now. John's going to go for the kill. He knows when he has the advantage. Presses it once again. John having a great round so far. As Attach cracks a window, trying to find the angle. It's now a 2v4.
And for Paris, I mean, this is just operation. Don't make a mistake. Don't give away a free pick. You know you're going to have the bomb down around that A site. The game will tell you when they pick it up. You can afford to play patient. Just do not get sniped.
Uh-oh.
That's the name of the game.
Oh, here we go. Attach gets it. 3v2. Quick reposition. Now through mid, the fight is flying. Less than 30 now to work with. The MajorManiak's going to now get involved. It's gone from good to bad now for Røkkr. MajorManiak can't get it done. GRVTY seals the deal on Paris. They hold it down.
And nice plays again. Too tough to deal with it. Even after Attach gets that first pick, it's still a 2 versus 3. And he obviously does not have the right gun for the job after the fact. So a couple big kills towards the end and making sure you don't give away a freebie. Bears Legion still with some fight in them. I'd say the big question for them is how do they actually want to approach the attack, right? Obviously, Tuscan a little bit favored for the offense, but they have struggled over towards A. Even when they get the bomb down, they have been retaken. Looks like the game plan roughly the same. Still with that bomb leaning toward the A side. This time, though, that's the big pick, though. GRVTY gets that first blood. There's the opening. Here's the crack in the wall for Jimbo. Takes down the big 2, and I think the trades come through, but hey, that is a 1 versus 3, and you got the bomb down. Paris Legion, prime position, prime snipes, and prime plays for the rookie, Jimbo, making the high impact play on the flank.
He wouldn't, again, like not guessing that there was going to be the third player in there. Holy dooly, GRVTY almost ate that one. That could have been mildly amusing, but a nice round once again out of Legion. But Jimbo, that player on your screen, that 2-piece was great. He had no idea the third player was there. Otherwise, he could have done it, man. I think he could have actually hit it, but there we go. A nice round. As Paris start to get things going here on the Tuscan Search. 3-3. We're all even Stevens now. Røkkr on offense.
And that is, I mean, instantaneous. They at least have control of you, but this is Paris putting all the pressure through mid. Standy doesn't get traded. So mid control Paris still has, and if you have mid control, that means for Røkkr, they cannot afford to plant this bomb just yet. They need to find the first kill, but John flying at him, and John gets the next one. John with a couple big kills, and like dominoes, falling one by one. That just forced in a 1v3, and his spot is known. Makes a good read, but can't win the gunfight. Paris Legion, 2 big rounds back to back. Going against an elite S&D team, but for a couple rounds like that, picking them apart. And playing with some confidence as well. Temp, no fear in his heart, flying out to get that final kill.
What did he say on stage in Texas? He was like, yeah, we just got a chow and we're all good. Like, that's it. It's confidence. It's just starting to work. As Paris Legion starting to pull this one away. They're beginning to believe the aBeZy is there. 5 now in a row for John. Let's see what they've got now on offense. The 2-2 split. 2 through mid, 2 going towards B. Røkkr, it's a heavier stack towards A. The B play may be up. All quiet now across the bomb site. Dash has been living back here all series long. Here comes MajorManiak on the peak. Tags in, the bomb doesn't get planted just yet. John's in trouble. Here comes Jimbo now to cover it. He does get at least one, so they're 3v3. Standy getting in the mix, trying to find something here. Does get the kill at least. Less than 50 seconds now to play with. It's a 3v2. GRVTY now towards the back. And chance that bomb is still down.
And there's just so many things you got to be worried about, right? Because the potential flank coming through, well, Temp finds an opening, but the flank is what you need to worry about. Standy's here, and they take him down. The double chow is in. And oh, how quickly the tables turn. Now attached, left in a 1 versus 2. This is a 1v2 that he needs to clutch. He didn't spot anything jumping through top church, but now he's shooting at dead bodies, and that is a tragedy and a half. But 15 seconds left. Still is an opportunity to try to find a pick and tap the first one. Just has the better angle. Paris Legion. How do you do? Couple rounds in a row, getting the clutch into 2 versus 3, and Temp and GRVTY making plays along the way.
Looking for attacks, that's unfortunate. Of course, the barrel of his automaton obscuring the view of Temp there. He's just chilling out sort of bottom statue side. And okay, friends, starting to get real. Røkkr, they perform so well when their backs are against the wall. No team does it quite like them. And this is it. You're 1 round away from going 2 down in the series. Here we go. A stack, 3 right through mid. No one's going to be there to contest it. That's Røkkr town now. They've got mid-map completely covered. Bang! Temp lands 1, 6 in a row, right to the face of attach. That's a big first blood, and that's bomb down.
I mean, that's a massive first blood because everybody else on Paris, they're actually going to go for the full flank. And now Temp regrouping. Standy gets shot in the back. Temp regrouping, finding the kills for his team and making the perfect play. Calling the glide, and you spot them both out. You got bomb down. You got a free kill on MajorManiak and Priestahh for the 1v4. The first S&D Minnesota has lost in such a long time. And it's Paris Legion with the new squad there to take them down, running away with the show. Hey, what just a horrific look for Minnesota Røkkr. If S&D is your backbone and you're listening to this brand new team, that is a dire sign, but for Paris right now, a joyous occasion with that 2-0 lead.
A 2-0 lead for Paris. Temp with a 10-4. Whether it was the snipes or the big 2 pieces, you name it, Temp was getting it done. The team certainly coming alive. Paris Legion. 6-3 there in Tuscan. There's a chance this is a trilogy. There's only 1 segment remaining here, and it's going to be control. And I mean, not by the hairs on our chinny chins would we see this go 3-0 to Paris. Røkkr This is it. Backs are certainly firmly planted against the wall now. Berlin and Bocage, we have to go the distance. And for the Røkkr fans out there, you bet we want to go that way. But for now, mate, Paris they've come to play.
Look, for Røkkr, it's just a dire situation, right? Because now you have back-to-back respawns. They're 0-7 in their last 7 respawns. Control hardpoint has not made a difference. And admittedly, it's not like Paris has been that much better when it comes to the respawn game modes, but still, for Røkkr, I mean, just an incredibly difficult position. They might be happy if they make it to a map 5, but I mean, for the moment right now, Paris, I mean, they're just simply outplaying Røkkr.
It seemingly can do no wrong. Paris Legion looking wonderfully strong here in the series as our trilogy is fast coming to a close. Tuscan Control coming up after this quick break. You don't want to miss it. Could be a 3-0.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Paris find themselves atop of Røkkr 2-0 so far in our series, and I tell you what, Pick'ems are in trouble. The Pick'ems are in trouble so far, friends. I'm not sure how you're doing, but Paris fans out there certainly have a great time. But they certainly had a great time in that last one. Our game fuel tactical play, we're giving this one to none other than Jimbo, the newcomer chance. What a round he had here.
It's like the show-off, right? Like, this is a moment where he is 1-4 in the game, so not having a ton of production, but just has the perfect angle, spots a couple off the cross, and I think it's not just the first gun fight, but just the beams for the second. I think the headshot comes through for that one as well, and it was a couple big plays like that from Paris that turned the game around, right? Jimbo's the one that gets that ball rolling. You had Temp and GRVTY that clutched the 2 versus 3, and then even Temp for that final round, right? He is playing by himself on an island over towards A, gets the big snipe, wastes no time, goes to regroup with his teammates, who were in the middle of getting flanked, finds that perfect kill as well, and seals the deal. So not just big plays from Jimbo, but from Temp and GRVTY as well. Paris putting in the work. I gotta say though, Miles, one of my biggest fear is like incorrectly calling out a bad play. Like occasionally when casting, you just miss stuff, Call of Duty things fly. In that final bit of like the Tuscan hardpoint, like looking at it, I was like, well, one, no shot Paris lose this towards the end, but then like Minnesota make a good play to get the break. And then Standy literally jumps off the hill like 4 times and just decides, I don't want to win a hardpoint today. I mean, Minnesota finding incredibly creative ways to throw games. So, I mean, I'd say for the Tuscan Control, just excited to see how they do it again.
Okie dokie. Well, that's coming up in just a moment. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think I saw a tweet. It was something like, "Can we please just Standy still on the hard point?" That was again.
Sure.
That's what the newspapers are going to read this morning. So there we go. Into the Tuscan Control we now go, though, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of some ages. I don't know what the ESRB on this show is, but let's face it. It's something. Here we go, in the Control. Just, I can't believe that. Let's see, or as you like to phrase it, let's see how creatively Minnesota Røkkr can shock and surprise us in this game mode.
Especially because yesterday, like the play from Bance just sticks out of my mind. Like I know Priestahh got bad timing in the window, but like there's so many weird things that Røkkr do where I just, just dropping the ball. And I suppose that is like younger players versus some of the vets that are more heads up in a situation like that. But I mean, either way for Røkkr, again, if you were just having a dismal respawn record and then you have plays like that, I mean, it just makes it so tough for the team. But funnily enough, I mean, we just went 12 seconds while Standy's beating people down where no one actually gets a kill. Paris, they're setting themselves up for the flank. The only thing Minnesota need to watch, and well, John, now you put yourself on the wrong side of the God-Heady. John's still making plays, and now Standy gets trapped in, and you just allow something like that to happen. Maybe an opening for Røkkr to go towards B, but look who's there. Donnie Temp, he's ready for that B pressure. Bears Legion holding strong so far on D.
He's got to do it all alone, though. GRVTY, John, Temp, you name it, kills, all good. It's up to Standy. He's going to find one, keep the B player alive. Temp now in the 1v1 against him. John's going to try to hit the pinch, and this should be good. Standy, if you kill John, this is huge. He's already taken care of nearly everyone. 5 now in a row for John. Wonderful opener now once again from Paris Legion. Slight lead in the lives. Here comes Jimbo into the point. Nice over-the-top kill from Priestahh. GRVTY back at it again we go. We do stop the clock at 49. Looking to close out that second segment. A, there it is gone. 3 stack now. We're going to say goodbye to A. We will say bonsoir to that point, and we will make our way over now towards B, and this should be a good hit. Good lives, good time. Here we go.
Important to know, by the way, John does fall. He was on a 5 spree. He was looking for a glide. That could be massive for Paris, but he gets chopped down. So right now, Minnesota can breathe a nice sigh of relief that at least you don't have to deal with the score streaks. Only down 2 lives, plenty of time to work with, but obviously setting up these B pushes, not the easiest thing in the world. You basically need a clean 4 down just to set up to get another clean 4 down. Right now, Standy watching the flank for his team, but Jimbo just guns him, takes the next one down, and any kill like that Jimbo is able to collect, I mean, almost certainly just stops this B push from coming through and makes Røkkr's life that much more difficult.
GRVTY, I'm not sure if you saw that play across, but it doesn't matter. Jimbo's still got that completely locked down. Here we go, final closing moments of this push. It's going to be big out of Røkkr, and it is. They get a couple. Mid-map covered, Temp, sweet position to be in. He closes the window just to slow those players down. Obscure the vision and their time, and whoa, big win from Temp on a Priestahh there. That's going to be the kill still going. 2-man stack now on point from Paris. Oh, great timing from John. This should be able to clean at least one up there. Yeah, that's attached, taken care of. Just, this is an interesting, unfortunate series of events now for Røkkr. It is 10 to the 15 of Paris Legion. Back over towards B we go again. GRVTY now that lone player out in mid, and there we go. 25 seconds, a few pushes left.
think at least now Røkkr trying to group up together instead of making the hero plays. Nice angle from Temp to get shots in Standy. He sends John in for the kills, and John collects them all. 10-1 start for him. You get the clearance towards the back with Temp finding new ones, and hey, maybe good news for Minnesota. They shut down the spree from John, so still no streaks, but bad news is, I mean, you're down by, now make it 5 lives as Major picks up 3, but I mean, he gets chopped down. You're outslayed by 6. That is a strong defensive round for Paris, and really just off the back of John. I think the first life he had, he goes on a 5 spree, maybe 5 or 4 out of those 5 kills, just shooting players in the back, and well, the next life he comes up, another 5 spree again. So if you get a guy like John doubling up like that, well, you know, the life count is going to be very clear and easy. Early advantage Paris. Obviously, so far in the league, we have not yet switched to ticks. I know it's on the way, it's coming soon, but not here is Paris. A bit of an interesting stat, a 2-2 split on offense. It's a bold strategy, Miles. Let's see how it pays off.
We're hitting B, and we're in. Here comes the slow and steady approach from Priestahh. Checking corners, looking for barrels. Finds ones from Standy. There's GRVTY at the back 3. Trades are out. A is safe for now. But on the B point, they do manage to get at least 1 kill on the defenders, and now they're going to stack it. Or not. I take that back. Over towards the back. How there we go. But either way, we're going to reshuffle now on the defense. 3 players now through the back. John's able to maybe find 1. Here comes the second. 2 from John. Make it all 3, baby. John is on an absolute roll. Will he find the next one? This is to get him on another 5 spree. No, timing doesn't go his way, but GRVTY's there. Good old GRVTY. Ever so reliable as Paris continue to mount the offensive towards B.
It is definitely a cool play, at least to pick up a couple kills, but in the end, they only actually get 1 tick on the point. So, you know, interesting strat to send 2 players that direction, but as it stands, nothing too crazy, right? Paris is still going to be down a life, and even after they get A, they might have plenty of time, but I think the 1 tick, it's, you know, nice to have, probably bumps up their odds of clutching this round an extra maybe 10%, but they still absolutely have their work cut out for them. As it looks like maybe 3 players going on the flank, or maybe trying to cut it through turret, but attach. You got to be here ready for it, and at least wins the first and does the smart thing. He is 1 shot, gets out of dodge, and doesn't give away anything for free.
Yeah, still trying to hold this line down. Oh, he saw 2 there. Great job out of attach. That's massive information. Watch the nades now make their way into that small radio room. As again, Paris have been slowed down for now. Jimbo makes his way in. Here's the exchange. MajorManiak still fighting him. Jimbo wins it. Priestahh now, what a bang that was through the wall there from GRVTY. We'll take that. Now on to the point we go. Paris slow and steady wins the race. And here we go. Temps on the back line. The pinch is sweet. Whoa, baby. Dear. Priestahh gets brought down. That is unbelievable. Now, directly onto the point we go. And it's a battle. Who is that winning these fights? It was attach. You get the players off the point for a moment. Now, the 2-man stack from Paris Legion. That B zone is starting to deplete quick. Jimbo on the TJHaly. Cut them down. You've still got to hold it. You've got to go, Røkkr. Got to get on that point ASAP. Here's the contest. Last minute. Trying to find the kills. It's attach. It's MajorManiak. They lock it down for now. And they flush Paris off in the nick of time.
The creative way to lose this one, baby, is just to decide to stop shooting back. I was surprised Temp got the kill. Temp was surprised Temp got the kill. And I think Priestahh might have been shocked as well. But even for those plays, it does give you the second tick. And I mean, honestly, admit it, it's sort of the same situation. It bumps you up, maybe an extra 10% better chance of winning this round. Maybe closer to 50-50. Paris, 1 good break, and the round can be theirs. But that is a couple of very strong kills for Minnesota. And at least you got eyes on John. You know the church pressure is here. But with 50 seconds left, Paris maybe get 2 good cracks trying to break through on B.
Amazing, I think, how close the game came to ending there. Well, the round at least. But here we go. All 4 members of Paris Legion. Here we go. Nades are out. Straight onto the point. Trying to hit the segment fast. It's the capture strat. And here we go. They're on it. Kills come through. And there we go. Røkkr. They clean the point once again.
Ooh, and I think that might be the funnel of death strat, right? I think we saw Toronto do the same thing. I might have been in search and destroy, but you sent 4 down that alley. I don't know if you're going to have that great of a time. So we go once again, this time trying to break through the front. Minnesota trying to put the pressure on P5 with only 15 seconds left. As long as they stagger this push, they should be good to go. And nice nades coming through as well. That should be just about chalked up. And I would say absolutely for Paris Legion, a good try to get the win on offense, but in the end, right, defense just a little too OP. They hold strong, and I think Minnesota maybe closing the gap just a little bit in the kills column. I think they're still down by about 3 or 4, but in a much better spot that they were early on. And especially if you're getting gunned by Temp like that, and the fact that John is, what, like 18-6 overall. For it to be as close as it is, I think Røkkr right now can sort of count their blessings with this game tied 1-1.
Yeah, certainly testament to the heads-up plays there on defense. Paris go all in twice. Once through TJHaly, once through P5. Doesn't work out for him, but worthy attempts nonetheless. Røkkr now on offense. We're all tied up 1-1 here in the control. Map number 3. Church it now from Standy. Here he goes. Oh, GRVTY gets out with his life, but not for much longer. There we go. You've got a lot of coverage now on that side of the map for Røkkr. Standy's kill comes through. First segment A starting to go. We're halfway through the second. All good so far. They should be able to get this capture. If Standy can keep mid-map all safe. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. Managing to get at least one, and here comes the counter-attack from Parry.
Big ones, though, in the point by Major, and I think that'll be what the last attempt right there for Paris to get players off the hill. GRVTY, though, gets a bit of a freebie. That's just to even up the lives. You see right now, Paris, just a complete spread on the map. Player pushed out past P5, and, well, Top Church is going to fall. And for Minnesota, are grouped up. So right now, Temp is pretty much out of the fight. Same thing with number 6, John. Obviously, they can flank if the pressure ever comes through on B. So Minnesota needs to make the reads on where these Legion players are going to be posted.
Yep, and slowly. We're checking every corner. Attached with a bit of damage. Now you know we're a lot closer than you think. 3-man stack. Maybe 2. Maybe none. As we get on towards B now. Attached yet to win the kill. Standy now getting involved in the back line. The back alley's now Tusk in a dangerous place. Jimbo tagged up. Pressure's on. Here comes the trades once again. Røkkr will stay alive. 3 players still up in the fight. Here comes the counter-attack now from Paris. Through the top side of the map. John and Temp as fast as they can possibly go. Heavy stack now coming out of Røkkr. Attach is going to win these. He can't. It's almost done on the point, though. We're so close to the finish. The contest, the cleanup kills are there. It is down to Priestahh. Priestah's got to win these. Got to go big. Can't get it done. Paris. Hold the Maginot line. Quick Google.
I mean, hey, I'd say this is like maybe a 70% chance for Røkkr to win this round, though, because a minute and 40, they already got 2 ticks. I mean, they're in a good spot as long as they just avoid getting spawn trapped. The opportunity is here. They're able to make that break last go around, and this time maybe 2 players through Church. Again, it's Jimbo that just finds sort of that like entry kill, and where he gets traded. Røkkr still trying to push up for that well-flat control, but John on the flank gets red. Minnesota, this might be it.
They read it. They're in. Here comes the push now. MajorManiak down low on point. Going to clean up one more. Temp's going to get it. There's the kills coming through. Standy, how big can you go? Finds 1, finds 2. Quick stop of the clock. Trying to clear out the defenders once again. Pistol in hand. Not enough to get it done. John, once again, the hero for Legion.
Right now, Paris, going to be ready for this flank, and more importantly, on the front line, actually picking up all the kills. And now Priestahh, I mean, you got an MP40. You're dealing with someone on the head glitch on that back tank. It's almost impossible. He's going to have to play some sort of finesse game. He's trying to time that out with his teammates, but I think right now the battle's just going to be on the front.
Here comes the hit from the front. GRVTY's still got the back line covered. Standy's managed to make an entry through the front side. We're still locking down the back. The kills are all good, though. MajorManiak now with the pressure. Spawns from Paris deep right-hand side of the map. They're on it. They're going to surely cap this, though. That's that. Nades come through. Anyone to contest it? Jimbo's in. They get there in the final seconds, and Paris were on the edge of the line. It was a goal line defense out of Røkkr. They finally managed to get the capture through. Great round.
And I was a little bit surprised as well for GRVTY to be posted up on the back tank. If 2 ticks already through, I mean, you can't afford to let them touch that point for very long, especially not if they're able to get grouped up. So Bears a little bit spread on defense. And Minnesota, that is the round they needed. Successful on offense, now in prime position to win this game. In spite of the fact that, again, that the last offensive round for them was incredibly difficult. In a great spot. Obviously, this is a team that even when they are down, they are never out. Nice little opening kill for Priestahh. A couple trades back and forth. Standard stuff so far for this attacking round for Paris.
Yeah, 24 and 18 from Standy, by the way. He's been turning things around in a wonderful way. John, 22 and 12. He slowed down a smidge. But here we go. Standy. They're now A. Looking for the kills as well. His teammates are all over that one. MajorManiak trying to hit the players now from behind. This is his position to try to disrupt the attack. No, but he managed to let one through. Surely he's going to hold this one down. Oh, this time he's awkward. Jimbo's still there, close up on point. Cleaning these alleys out. Jimbo now looking to find a couple of kills in the back. Brilliant read out of Priestahh once again. Now capturing the B zone. We've given up on A for now. Paris, there was a stack for a brief moment. GRVTY's the last player up. Immediately cut down. Røkkr once again win out on defense.
Looking to get that big Tuscan control victory, trying to turn their respawn woes around. As it stands right now, Temp, I mean, a little bit of pressure on him. He is the lone man around Church, and I mean, he just needs to play for kills hardcore. He's able to spot out 2 players to push over towards P5, so he does get cleaned up. But if you know there's pressure out towards P5, it might be a moment for a guy like Jimbo to find it and make the play, but Priestahh there. I mean, it feels like Jimbo time and time again trying to be that aggressive player, trying to find these routes, but Minnesota a little bit too clean, making sure nothing slips through the cracks, and I think Jimbo may be feeling that pressure, sitting at double negative so far in this game.
Rat-a-tat-tat of shots across Tuscan still going. Another wind-up punch now from Paris, trying to make their way in towards that B zone. All angles covered. Sliding through, Jimbo's through. Nice shots out of Priestahh to take care of one up on close side. So the front side of the map's now all safe. All the attention goes towards the rear. That's where Paris have managed to find a player or two through. You've got an opening. You've got to make the most of it. MajorManiak, a brick wall of defense right now. Posted up, locks him up, tags him up, backs him back. GRVTY with a nade. It is non-stop. Here now through top church. Priestahh can't get anything done. Temps managed to get the kill. Here comes the flood. Now Paris trying to get into the mix. John, timing's good. Shots, not as strong as attach. He gets two. Locking it down once again. Paris wiped off the board. A minute still to play with chance. Paris have 12 lives to throw at the point.
I mean, Minnesota in prime territory. Look at how aggressive they are towards the middle of the map. I mean, they have so much pressure. This is the tried and true spawn trap, and with no time on the clock, I mean, there's almost nothing Paris can do. They are stuck in the blender. They're going to have to get a couple clean down or maybe find some sort of opening. If you can find this player P5, that's great, but even Attach able to get one before he's traded out, that gives Priestahh time to fill in this next hole, and he chops the next two down. Aggressive plays from the kid. It looks like Minnesota, these final 20 seconds left, just doing the victory lap is finally, it looks like they're able to break through and get a respawn dub.
That should be the dub. Tuscan Trilogy's going to come to a close, but spoiler alert, it doesn't end the way you hoped if you were a Paris fan. The final 5 seconds, the last 3 members. Here's the last minute contest. 2.8 on the clock, Jimbo 9 HP. If you die, it is over. They're going to stack this one for a brief moment. You have to win every single gunfight, and it ain't going to help when the nades come through. Temp now alone. That's it. That's the round. That's the map. That's 2-1 in the series.
And that's the big moment, right? Maybe not that round, but the one before for Røkkr. Able to get that stack on the point early on, and you get what? Maybe 3 bodies on it for just long enough. You get that second tick through, and that is finally one of the only spots where you feel like you're in a good position to win that offensive round. But Røkkr take care of business, man. Dak was against the wall, had a very tough choke in the first hard point, got bullied out in the S&D. Standy putting in a nice performance as well, maybe making up for that game 1 mistake, right? 30 kills, 3,700 damage, and honestly just keeping up with John, right? I mean, he started out 17-7, but certainly slowed down after the fact. And Jimbo, again, I mean, just not been allowed to thrive right now in the league. Maybe has to make a couple adjustments to his play style, or maybe just needs to find his groove, but in the slaying category, he hasn't quite brought it yet. Maybe map for Berlin will be his time to pop off.
We'll find out. But what a run it was. The Tuscan Trilogy comes to a close. Røkkr managed to survive. And again, it is always when their backs are against the wall, and they certainly have to win. They cram it in. And there we go. Nice looks on offense and defense from both teams here, and like mixing things up. We saw that 4-man stack, that last hit there from Paris, trying to desperately get that one segment. Crazy stuff out of them. We saw them try a few different looks there on offense, unable to get it done. Røkkr's defensive holds looking very strong. Heads up plays chance, like they made the right decisions in terms of, you know, player positioning, what angles they need to watch, what lanes they need to be covered. All good for them so far, and they managed to buy themselves a lifeline in the series. Berlin, hardpoint coming up next though. What do we make of that?
I honestly, at this point, not willing to make any predictions when it comes to respawns for either of these teams. Not necessarily a fantastic map for either of them. I know Minnesota does have a couple of good wins. They have a 2-2 map record overall, and it's a map where they have taken OpTic down, but I mean, again, I just think it's very difficult for me to have confidence for the squad. If you want to lean their direction for the next map, that is all well and good. I'd say for Paris, though, maybe a good sign for them. They don't have to deal with LAG on this map, because I think something they suffered on yesterday for Berlin is they got put into just a P5 blender. I mean, Guerrillas, I think early on in this year, I don't know if it was the kickoff classic or the first week we had for the original qualifiers, but we saw their holds on P5 where they get players up in the top third and they get a guy in the tower and they spawn you out back behind warehouse and just trap you in. That can be destructive. And I think Paris felt that pain yesterday. Røkkr, though, a team, I don't know if we've seen them have any clean setups like that. So maybe Legion, when they're playing without that sort of pressure on them, will be a little bit more free on Berlin.
See how free they can be on Berlin again is for Røkkr. This is a must-win for Paris. Looking to close the series out before the dreaded Bocage Search and Destroy Game 5. Not a place you want to go, but if anything, I think this kind of series is up in the air for me now. I don't know what to expect anymore because we did think that, you know, Search and Destroy would be leaning a little bit more towards Paris. Towards Røkkr. Paris come out swinging there, of course, in map number 2 in Tuscan. Everything looks pretty strong for them, 6-3. If we have to go to the cage, chance, is there a chance? An opportunity, well, a moment?
That's the interesting question. I mean, for Røkkr comeback, yes, if you go to the cage, you're feeling great. Like, their team KD on that map is absolutely absurd. Admittedly, they've only played it once, but when they played it, they dominated on it. So I think that'll be an interesting look. And just for the fact that that has been the auto veto effectively for Paris, they have banned it 86% of the time. Admittedly, now they have a new roster. Maybe Jimbo just loves to fly around on the cage for S&D. So it'll be interesting if we get there. But Røkkr, again, not shying away from trying to pull off some reverse sweep.
We'll see if they can get it done. Berlin is coming up in just a moment. And again, this is the sort of the last chance they have before things are going to get real strange. Because again, I think for Røkkr, it's getting disappointing for the fans. I think Ant said it in the start of the show. It was like, those watch parties is all great. It's amazing being in that environment. It's amazing, you know, having fans and friends around watching the games together. But man, it sucks if your team's losing. And it has been up and down indeed for the Minnesota Røkkr viewers. And if you're at a watch party right now, we wish you the best of luck wherever you are in the world. We hope you're well lubricated and hydrated as well with your beverage of choice. But here we go, friends. We're about to get into that Berlin hardpoint Paris Legion. A brief moment of reflection. I wonder if we're going to get any more appearances from Jimbo's Cats. Or hardpoint. Oh! Chance, take it away.
Do you need analysis for this? Is it really that complicated? That is absolutely a bit. I mean, look, if you're a Paris fan, shout out to New York for just not being able to win a single one, because in every single statistic category, Paris has been worse, with the exception of actually winning the games. I think Paris, obviously, well, I mean, they won the map one hard point. I think they had one extra hard point win a little bit earlier on in the year. So that is the only category where they've been able to outdo New York. I think even for the point differential, I think on average, Paris Legion have been losing hard points by about 70 points. So they have been consistently getting smoked. Admittedly, with the roster changes through, it has not been the same story. But good God, just seeing 4 categories where they're last in, that is so tough.
The only way is up, baby. The only way is up. They can only improve from here. It frankly cannot get any worse statistically. But again, current performance, there's another thing to go about it. Here we go, though, into Berlin. Map number 4 here in our opening series. And we're going to see what's up and about as we get right into this first one. John with the first blood. Back at it, baby, in Paris. They're winning these opening engagements. 10 with a good read. Standy's trying to get a wrap here. But that flank will come to a close in a moment. This is a wonderful start from Paris.
Not bad. You're gifted the bad spawns on Berlin and you break through literally instantly. That is as good as it gets. I mean, that is the dream situation. And now for Minnesota, just the fact that they got 4-man wiped. I mean, you got to take your time, clear out all of these corners. And MajorManiak, even if he wins this gunfight, I mean, there's only 18 seconds left on this hill. So I think for Paris, yeah, maybe you're upset that you get 4-man wiped, but you should at least be first well and clear on that rotation to get over towards P2. So not a bad start for Legion, not at all.
Chunk of time. P2's now in. Priest is first up. And so we go. Temp's finding himself 2 more. Straight onto the point. No one able to dive in there just yet. There it is, boys. It's all yours. Yep, that's right, Røkkr. You can have it. Paris aren't quite there yet. 3-man hit now from Paris. All angles covered. Standy's going to find one. Mid-map's going to be the play of choice now as Legion managed to get themselves in. GRVTY, though, cleaning things out. Nice angle to be had there on a MajorManiak as he shoots from well below. As again, this is a crazy hard point. A lot of angles to cover, a lot of corners and crannies to hide yourselves in. And so far, Paris have had a nice opener here. 30 seconds remaining here on Mailroom. The counter-attack now from Røkkr is still on an about chance, but we'll see if they can make the break.
Yeah, the swarm from up top too much. John can't even find one along the way. So nice little break over towards P2. Someone needs to stay on time. You hop off it just for a second. And honestly, for Røkkr, no one even trying to rotate. I mean, there's only 20 seconds left. You think someone would try to take a route, but now you're basically just stagnant. The Legion are going to have a free and clear setup over towards New. I think Temp, honestly, just confused about the lack of pressure, but that hill pops close to a tie game. Røkkr now finally starting to put that pressure on, but I mean, John was set up ready to go where he may fall. You still have that Doc's control. GRVTY, big gunfight to win. He's going against Detach. GRVTY takes down another along the way. Detach can't find the kill. And this is now 15 seconds, finally attached there to at least block those spawns.
Here we go, Standy now through front. Jimbo's up, guns him. Looking straight across towards fire. MajorManiak now involved. Here we go. The break is on now for Røkkr. take care of that player. GRVTY's done, stunned, concussed, out of it. Time now going the way of Minnesota, holding this down now. Looking for the counter-attack, and it's going to be a slow and steady approach from Paris. Cut down as the individual plays are going to be finished off, and a good chunk of time chance, maybe the full 20 here, as we will see now the rotation going through. MajorManiak's up and about. GRVTY, this could be a 1v1. An important one for MajorManiak to win. Going towards next. A nice kill, 4 in a row. Røkkr starting to show true signs of life. Rotation's done. Hardpoint stairs.
Oh, and that hill honestly might be the moment of the game, right? Because if Minnesota don't get that break, well, Paris might start to run away with it. But Attach makes the big play, gets his team to dock spawn, and now you get a rotation over towards New. So 20-point gap for the moment. Røkkr winning a couple of those key gunfights on rotation, but it looks like Jimbo, I mean, he finds the wall bang on the player in Hill, and Paris just running forward through trains, picking Røkkr apart. You get Jimbo in the back where he just needs to slay, but Attach ripping head, so he takes him down. Chaos around the point. 10 picking up the next 2 big kills. And this is seeming to be a P4 where neither team able to get control and hold it down for a significant portion of time.
It's messy, but it is delicious. 8-9 of the 65 now of Røkkr. They've got time. It's ticking in their favor. Last 20 seconds here. You've got Priestahh now going a little rogue, out and about, looking towards that P5 hit. Røkkr starting to find the success here in game. Let's go for a quick listen in with Minnesota Røkkr.
John, attempts and fire.
I'm gonna re-pinch warehouse.
They're top 3.
They're spawning P1. They're spawning P1.
One guy's out of
I'm re-getting library. I'm re-getting. Go street.
Street, Johnny. He's weak.
Oh, he doesn't know me here.
He's on the flip car.
Wait, one's top 3. I'm gonna make it play top 3. Top 3. I'm top 3. I'm top 3. Donnie is Donnie is street. Donnie is street.
I'll look for him.
Top 3 dead.
He can be low.
He's probably low. Okay.
He's docked. Docked a little.
Also, one's on me. Coast broken.
Docked a little. Every cow.
He coast left on me. I'm looking at.
I'll get a library windows.
Donnie.
On hill and stone.
Nice. Watch on the hill, Donnie.
On hill and stone.
Play P1. Someone keep playing P1.
He might be P1. Nate Hill.
Yeah, we're off on.
I don't see P1.
Bombs in desk.
I got him with
P1.
Okay,
I'm gonna take that.
I need one hill. Top third. Wide tree.
Top 3 done.
One more.
I'll help you P1.
Yeah, they know.
I needed your stone cost.
Mike, I'm getting your level 2, okay?
In my right. One statue Jimbo.
I can kill him. Comes outer, watch out. Comes outer, pillars, watch out, pillars. Street, John.
Stay down.
Stay
I'm helping. Stay down. We're coming.
Yeah, I'm going outer.
Outer door.
Mike, I'm premium outer. Premium outer. I'm hitting her out if you guys hit her out.
Glass done.
Alright, dark.
Secret and then out. We flip.
One can be stone. John,
You saw him come off spawn.
One to closet.
That one. Good shit.
One to closet. Secret, guys. I don't see him. Closet.
Looking for one more.
We flip. I have fire, guys.
Watch out.
Watch out. I can kill him. I don't know if
He hit a dark.
Fire dead. Dark one shot.
I'm flying in. I'll get time.
Yo, I'm low fire, guys. They can be top fire and left.
Oh, these boys are lit, Chance. These comms is insane. It's very loud. It's a lot of back and forth, and at times it feels a little messy, but it seems to be working out for Røkkr.
I mean, as chaotic as it might sound, right? You even have MajorManiak, I can hear in the background, doing a great job of keeping up with players. He knew Temp was the last one alive and said one more, but I will say Temp has definitely been adding to his, like, hoop mixtape collection. He has collected a couple world stars in this series, but if I'm just looking at the stat line, right, I just see John, double negative, Jimbo, double negative again. And despite the fact that GRVTY and Temp are doing in some serious work with the ARs, at least in the side of Temp, they have not had a great deal of success. P2, though, maybe where they're trying to string it together, but it is once again the SMG players. I think too much of a presence right now for Røkkr, making their game and their life that much easier.
See how far John can go here. A kill would be great. Helping his boys make their way through the front tank side. He's clearing out this bomb site. There's no one there, baby. Jimbo, oh, can't get it done. Massive kills once again out of Priestahh. He's stepped up certainly here in the series. Grab it now through the front. Røkkr fortified this position very well. P2's all there. Is attached, taken care of on the outside. Trying now buy some space. Here comes the hit now from Paris on the interior. Our Priestahh still on a 5 spree. GRVTY now getting it done from the outside. Great work out of Røkkr once again. Kills going through. Hardpoint's still going to be there. So if Attach can win this, check your corner, son. No, John. Tucked away behind the door. It's an absolute classic strat when it comes to hide and seek. And he pulls it off there. Paris with a final break chance, but it's not a lot of time to be gained.
Well, in my mind, the moment of the game, right, was when Minnesota was able to break this 3-3 hill. This time, though, they get that early rotation, and you get Standy. When you talk about roaming Slayers, I mean, he is just slowing them down so much, and this is now a necessary break for Paris. P3 is where they get costed. Jimbo gets traded. And now if you're forced to just flood through the front, I mean, you're gonna have a bad time. So Paris need to find a way to make the break, but you are down by 100.
Yeah, this is what you said in the first set. It could well be the map. And this is going to be a good hold so far from Røkkr. Over 200 points we go. John trying to get in. MajorManiak, nice awareness, not enough to get the kill. Jimbo's there. Paris are in the point. Standy now trying to find a couple. Can't get it done. Over to attach. Last player for Røkkr now on this side of the map. Can't get any more either. 20 seconds remaining. Paris with the breaks. They will stay alive for now, but over to the train yard we go, and that is all Røkkr for now.
Attempt though by himself, right? He has to wait for his teammates. He can't even really show himself maybe until the hill is about to pop. So he's playing it slow. He's got a couple teammates in train, but if they don't start winning these gunfights, it's gonna be problematic. But there's the strike. Jimbo gets one inside the hill. Now Temp can finally make his move. Røkkr, there's only one player even near the hill. They're not collecting the time, but I don't know if Temp knows it. They did spawn in the back at him, so he still has to deal with this pressure, but maybe the good news is Røkkr haven't gotten the first 15 seconds, but the bad news is his teammates were never able to break through train. I mean, Standy just been posted up here and at least slowing this push down. Røkkr looks like they should be secure on this hold.
Slowing down as best they can. Røkkr are keeping it going. Priestahh finding one or two. The push through the front now comes to a close. Standy, he's a little far back. Brought down before he can get into the fight. MajorManiak the same. 25 seconds through on point. The nades are going to have to be sweet now from attach. His teammates have been dispatched, and now the time ticking for Paris Legion.
Dashy now taking the longest route of all time. I was thinking that the hold was going to be secure. Instead, Paris, I mean, they just get, what, 6-7 kills in a row and just bully their way through the front. I mean, this is worth it, I'd say, for MajorManiak to just get this guy at the scrap time, just to chop away an extra few seconds. You have such a big lead that every little bit counts. And you can honestly even play P5 however you want, right? If you want to flood the hill with your Røkkr, you can do that. If you just want to play in and around the point and just try to pick up the kills, that's an option as well. But a couple players fall. It looks like they were trying to set up that P5 blunder that we've seen Guerrillas do, but Røkkr not quite as clean with it in Paris. Maybe used to trying to deal with it, but either way, I mean, 230 to 140, Røkkr just steamed away with this game.
It stinks of a game 5. We'll see if that smell comes to pass. Ooh, nice slide out from John. Kills are there. Can't quite get him off the point for too long. Røkkr back in the driver's seat. 30 seconds remaining. They can get the win here if they hold it. GRVTY trying to make the entry now. Onto the point. Nice shots through the window. Good angle to be had. The slide. Got to be very engaged here, and he can't get any more out of it. Priestahh brought down. You've still got the time going. It's 5 for the win now for Røkkr. MajorManiak wins another big one on point. That should be it. There's only one player left alive, and it's Temp, and that's it. Stack the point, boys. We're on game mode, but we'll take it. Game 5. As the pressure now mounting for Paris Legion as Røkkr have bought themselves one last chance here in this series.
And I think Røkkr, for those past 2 maps, are just trying to turn up and say, no, 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 we are the better team. We dropped the ball on map number 1. We got bullied out in the S&D. That is not going to happen. Back-to-back, very clean wins. Again, I think that initial P3 break where Attach is picking up the kills towards Stocks, just well executed from Minnesota. So taking care of business, and I mean, if I'm thinking about that Bocage game 5, again, neither of these teams have played it a lot. Røkkr have one dominant win on it. It has been the auto veto for Paris. But if I'm paying attention to the stat line, I just think Jimbo, he's got to kick up for the game 5, start to find some sort of groove and get any sort of confidence, because once again, I mean, more than double negative, half the damage of a couple of his teammates. He has not been able to find any sort of production, so eyes on him in my mind to see what he can do for Legion for game 5.
Indeed, a pump in there from Jimbo, but we're going to see as the game 5 now awaits us. Look across the series thus far, and man, a nail biter on Tuscan hardpoint to start things off. 6-3, 3-1 as we throw down once again on Tuscan. That Berlin not very evenly matched up again, as it has to be said. Røkkr certainly coming to play, but now it's a throwdown on Bocage. The showdown here in the series, the last map of it. Game 5, we're going the distance, and for those of you whose pick'ems hang in the balance, it has been brutal in Vanguard so far. Chance, how are you doing? Because I haven't actually filled out this week's.
I've gotten to the point where I've almost given up on pick'ems. It has been that bad for me, where there's been no metrics. I think for like even early predictions of the year, I've been right about maybe like, I don't know, 4 teams out of the 12. So I have struggled. Suffice to say.
Suffice to say, those folks at the top of the leaderboards, though, keep it going. There's still prizes to be won. Pick'ems aside, we're now going to throw to a quick commercial break. When we come back, it's all Bocage. It's game 5.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Mountain Dew.
And here we go, friends. It's game 5, and we're rip-roaring ready to get into this one. Røkkr have mounted the comeback. The reverse sweep is certainly on, but Paris, a hard-fought battle in the beginning of this series across our 2 slices of that Tuscan cake. They don't want to lose it. They need to close out this game 5. Big chance. It's going to be a tight one indeed. We're going to Bocage for it, and baby, I mean, the final matches here on Sunday, the opening week of Stage 2, Major 2, of course, on the horizon. Can he wait, brother? How do we do so far in the cage?
The cage, again, interesting pick. We've already said it, or I've already said it at least a few times, right? It is the auto veto for Paris, but now they have a different roster. Minnesota's only played it once, but it was a pretty spectacular performance. And in Search and Destroy, obviously not counting the map from today's series, Standy has been lights out. Decent chunk of kills. I mean, 32% just about total kills for his team. I mean, this is a guy that has ran the show in GRVTY. He certainly put in a decent bit of work early on. Even had a couple big plays in the map number 2, but I think if you see Standy lighting up the feed and Search like that, I'm looking at Jimbo for the other side, because right now he is having a very tough series. Maybe a bit of that leadership from GRVTY can put him away, but I mean, I think Jimbo's died, what, 93 times, maybe 15, 20 more than anyone else in this lobby. And it's not like he's getting the kills along the way. So I think a strong map 5 performance in a map that SMGs love to play on can be that confidence boost, can make you feel comfortable, but you still need to actually secure that big performance.
And again, this is, again, for both teams are real importance. Every series is important. There's no way of sugarcoating that, but you got to think about confidence going in the major. You got to think about confidence going in the rest of the qualifiers. You don't want to be starting in the lower bracket when it comes to these majors, friends, because the competition is fierce. Here we go. This is tense, right? Nades, couple of shots. No one wants to give anything away. We've almost burned through that, minute mark. Now here we go.
And especially because this is somewhat of a dagger series as well, right? If Paris have a tough performance where the new guy is dropping a 0.5 overall, or if Minnesota go into a series where they lose 2 Search and Destroys, I mean, neither team will walk away happy from this if you take an L. But it looks like you get the clearance. That bomb will be able to get planted at B. And we don't see B retakes very often, Paris, though. We'll see how they try to make the attempt. John, the quick one towards the bomb. Priestahh, though, gets the first blood, and already no one in position to even try to get that trade. You're not even checking corners. Minnesota with that 3v2 advantage.
It's 3v2 for now. GRVTY brings out the bomb site. This is big. If Temp can cover him, we might be able to see the defuse come through, but they've repositioned. They're going through mid-map for now. There's the quick defuse. Temp's got to watch it. MajorManiak, he sees him through the bushes. The shots are here. The defuse might be good. Less than 20 on that bad boy. Temp's there for the kills. And that is it. It's done, Legion. The bounce back was on. Mate, that was a little stressful. Not a lot happened in that round. Plant bomb, get kills, round over.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I don't know if like stressing me out is the right word. I just don't understand. I mean, you get the 3v2 advantage. GRVTY gets the kill on bomb, and then neither player from the Røkkr, I mean, anywhere near the right hemisphere to be able to get the bomb checks. And it was honestly just not even a perfect setup because there's only 2 of you. But GRVTY just hops the bomb, and Temp's like, hey, man, I'll cover you. There's like 7 angles Temp has to worry about, but none of those were hit effectively by Røkkr. So, hey, you will take that first round. Nice clutch and nice retake. Paris on the board.
On the board, indeed. Very different look now from Paris in the offense. They're going to be hitting the backside of Grannies. Oh, no, we're going through the tunnel. We're going to go to B. MajorManiak's not going to be able to see this one go down from tank side. Checks it. MajorManiak. Break reads. Jimbo's up next. Sun's going to land. Oh, and he's giving it away. Positions are good. MajorManiak now trying to fight the back. Priestahh should be there to pick this one up. GRVTY with a pre-aim. This is all good. The stuns are sweet. Oh, Priestahh around the outside. Round the outside. Standy with a 2. Last player up's Temp. And they keep the spree going. Damn! The answer is hell no. Good round blocker.
And Temp might have been saying, without me, not able to do too much in the round, but they just got picked apart one by one. Nice reads from MajorManiak. I don't know if he was necessarily expecting the tunnel pressure to be coming through, but he was aiming kind of low. So I think that is just the big brain read out of Major. So solid stuff. I mean, that is 2 effective B hits attempted on offense. Neither team able to find that success. Shake your head just a little bit. Get the brain rattled, ready to go for that next round. Another slow B hit this time. Temp, though, playing a little bit aggressive towards the river. Don't know if he spotted anybody just yet, but there you can see he can feel it. And he's got the sniper. It just gets eviscerated. B bomb site. Maybe not wide open, but GRVTY the next one in line.
Standy definitely got spotted on the crosshair, but it doesn't matter. The plays are on. John finding the first, trying to keep Paris in this 2v3. John gets another. Adds it to the collection so far. As the interesting setup now from Røkkr. The bomb's still down. They're going to try to recover. John finally gets brought down. It's going to be attached from the top bomb position to get it now. It's a 2v1 as Jimbo. This is your moment to shine, son. It's been a rough series. As Røkkr have spread wide out. They're going to recover that bomb. Jimbo knows the play's on. Here we go.
This setup, by the way, if you get a player back out, there's just nowhere to go, right? You try to jump over, you can get the kill, but MajorManiak has the coverage back out. I was going to say, right, if Attach is ever able to get that bomb, MajorManiak just in prime position. I still think Røkkr maybe dropped the ball a little bit, trying to get the bomb plant before Major could actually get set up to watch over your teammate, but you still get the clutch. Attach making nice reads on sort of that wide flank coming in from Paris to pick them apart. And 2 solid rounds in a row for Røkkr. As again, Attach and Major, maybe not on Tuscan for the 2v1s with the ice, but on Bocage, they deliver.
2-1 thus far in our game 5 as we continue the onslaught over towards that A bomb. He's been awfully popular thus far in this game 5. Oh, hidey, John. Sees it. Nice shots out of Major there. 3 spree for him still. Stack up still towards Granny side. And it's just tense. More than anything, he's hoping for a kill, an opening pick. Kill to go untraded would be sweet for now, but neither team's able to get much done. There's the minute mark crossed. And he's not going to get much done. Attach gets brought down on the covering fire, so now you have players on the inside of Granny's. The infiltration is now ready. It's complete. Is anyone close enough to get anything done? Standy still trying to play this close. Back line's gone. 2v3 now. Paris with the man advantage.
And I think what Priestahh and then Standy's going to be up top. Someone's got to make this big play, but Paris are setting up, maybe waiting to catch someone off guard. John making a bit of noise. Check all the doors are open that he's right next to. Surprise is there. And now wait, 1 versus 3 for Priestahh. Who's looking for the good timing, but looks to get gunned. Temp has had his number seemingly the entire series, and Paris get that bounce back round, just playing off picks.
Yep. I mean, Temp's been winning his 1v1s pretty much all series long. He's won some huge individual fights that have sealed rounds in the search. They're the same thing on Tuscan. He's doing the same thing here on Bocage. Going Temp, putting the work in. He has transformed himself here on Vanguard. Pulling the squad now. As we keep things going, all tied up 2-2. Bomb edging towards B. It's an aggressive hit now from Paris. Can Jimbo get on the board? He's first out. First end of the fight, and he's dead again.
First out and first blooded, at least for his team. I suppose Temp is there to sort of even the odds, but 0-5 right now for the fresh challengers players. Having a tough series, but Røkkr very slow on these pushes on the attack. They are willing to take their time. No sort of funny business on the map just yet. They have leaned towards B, but Paris have cleared it out. Minnesota, they might not know this, but this A bomb site for the moment wide open as that double flank is going to be coming through.
And the problem with A, you have to check every corner. There's so many opportunities to get smoked from a little angle here on A. So it takes a bit more time than it might have liked. Now on the retake, John getting things going. Gravity through the back door, cut down again. 2v2 now, all even. Priestahh playing it close. As he and Standy are real tight here on the bomb site. The timing could be very awkward here as Temp's now hit the back. I think Temp knows. Clock ticking. Brains working. Temp's through. Tags are there. John now ring around a Rosie, and it's going to be a bit of a wheel of death here on the point. Trying to find anything. Standy pumps the brakes, finds the kill. Now it's a 1v1. It's John and Standy, and the time is ticking. 10 seconds now on the play. You got to try to get the kill, get the defusers done. That's the round. And man, it's a pain in the ass fighting on that bomb site, to be frank. And Temp's face, he is livid.
Yeah, well, I mean, Priestahh is a Primus fan, right? He was just a race car driver in that round, literally running in circles, out the back, in through kitchen, just taking laps, and just too tough to kill. He bought his team way too much time, and meanwhile, Standy able to roam around just for a bit, get up top, get those trades, and that is a nice play. I was a little bit surprised early on that Attach got caught off guard on the flank just because they had spotted nothing on the map for such a long time, but even in the 2v3, they get the bomb down. Minnesota Røkkr's slow approach has been paying off.
Both teams have been sort of, very slow. I want to say methodical on the attacks. I mean, but this is something out of Paris. They're locking this one down from the back. Hoping for the pick from Temp. If he can get things going, sweet, but he has yet to find the success with the snipe here on Røkkr, and it's possible. It's not an easy thing to do. Obviously, quite a small map. Rest of the team making their way forward. Granny's is going to be the site of choice for defense now for Røkkr. That's the A-bomb site, and here comes the hit from Paris. They're in. John leading the charge. Time still ticking.
This setup is almost like custom built to not get sniped, though, by the way. Like, everybody stacked up, playing tight angles in your corner. And I don't even know why you'd stun check the bomb, because if you've been holding the cross, no one can be there. But maybe just to open the doors, and well, Priestahh gets that first blood. And it is Jimbo again, unable to find a kill.
30 seconds now, remaining. Quick plant now from John. Going to get this one down. He's going to lay it. Not a lot of nades left now from anyone there on Røkkr, so you can't check that one out. Here comes the play from Standy. He finds another one attempt. That's the sniper taken care of. Once again, Standy gets himself another. He's on a 5 spree now. And you have wiped Paris off the board. Standy, streaks are on the point now. He needs to get one more kill for that. We're going to get the defuse come through. And now it's a moment to breathe now for Røkkr. A big round win from them. It's going to be 4-2 going into the next.
And honestly, just almost like the perfect counter setup, right? You see Temp with a sniper, but no one playing in a spot for Røkkr where they're going to be able to get picked. So you nullify Temp, and I mean, almost no need to nullify Jimbo because first blood's rolling through again. Couple looks at the kills from Standy, just flies out, shoots a couple players in the back, and efficient work for him. Now 1 kill away, and the ego chow's bound. Standy definitely feeling himself in this game 5 again, making up for that early hardpoint performance.
Back to the round. Standy, what a play that was. One more kill gets him a glide bomb. Look at the attack now from Paris here on defense. They're hitting it. Attach is going to get away with his life for now. Temp's playing quiet, waiting for that perfect moment to strike. Oh, he's through. MajorManiak checking something, finding it. Nothing. Kills from Temp now. He manages to get one. The bomb does get planted, though. Standy trying to stay alive. This is for streaks. Brought down by Jimbo. Gets on the board, and what a big kill it was. Attach last player up. 1v3. Has to now get over towards the bomb. If he gets there too fast, they're going to gun him. Finds the first. Oh, baby. It's Attach. Tremendous composure to try to stay alive here. They're all over him, though. GRVTY, good angles. That's going to be the kill and the defuse. And Legion, a very important round. And Jimbo, it may be 1 kill, but you save your team from streaks.
I mean, it's also a good play call, right? Because it was Jimbo with the boys, like, playing aggressive on the flank. And as soon as they, like, get spotted out and that player able to survive from Røkkr and back down and retreat to his teammates, just instantaneous. Rat back, play aggressive, get that Granny's control, and effectively just running them over. So the swarm was on point. And Temp, by the way, nice play as well, just to find that entry to get the guy off bomb. He set that round in motion, and his teammates clutched up for him. So Paris Legion maybe down, but certainly not out. That was the swing round where they get that big win, and just to get off the donut has to feel much better for Jimbo.
Back to
and he gets first blood.
Back to our regular programming now, as Jimbo's brought down early the first blood. Oh, sorry, Standy does get streaks, what am I saying? He's loaded. I don't know where that happened. I'm absolutely faded, but either way.
He got the kill on Temp.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Sorry, my bad. Thank God someone's paying attention. Minute now to work with. No Jimbo this round, but the rest of Legion making their way through the backside of Granny's. Attaches there to make the read. Nice shots from the top side. This nade is going to work out. Temp doesn't catch it. Gets away with his life for now, but you still have to recover that bomb. Priestahh's there to watch it. And this is another good round from Røkkr. Once again, their angles, their holds here on bottom Granny's, their A-bomb site, so sweet for him. GRVTY in the 1v4. Got to play super fast. 2 kills to his name already. The third shots were good as GRVTY with a snapper. We'll have to get it done, though. Røkkr with another good round.
Yeah, good try from GRVTY towards the end, but too many players to kill. I'm almost at the point where I'd be telling Jimbo, yo, just pull out an automaton. Like, slow it down. Just find a kill. I mean, he's gotten first blooded at least 3 times in this game, if not 4. So, I mean, he has been the thorn in their side, or maybe for Røkkr, just a happy player to spot on the map. And out one round away, from completing the reverse sweep, for getting a couple respawns under your belt. I mean, I'd say for both of these teams, almost a must-win series. Røkkr right now, trying to deliver, pumping the brakes again on offense, happy to take their time, and for good reason. Standy He'll be able to see them all. Or maybe not. They actually have cold-blooded, so I think he makes a decent read on attempting to find Temp. So they might have an idea he's back here, but that's that glide bomb invested. You don't even get map control off of this. So nice adjustment coming in from Legion.
Oh, the Legion adjustment now coming through. Jimbo with the first blood.
He's got the automaton.
He's pulled out an automaton. Chance called it. But now still it's a 3v3. Oh no, Standy's gone through mid-map, but he's cutting things down. The Grim Reaper right now trying to find a couple more. 2v3. This is for the series for Røkkr. GRVTY making his way on the inside. Temp backing him up. Standy though. Here comes Standy. Shots are there. And Standy once again finding the kills. It's a 1v2. Temp has been brought down. And you love it for Røkkr. And that is an absolute stinger for Paris Legion. The reverse sweep complete. A team like Røkkr, you can simply never count them out. And there in Bocage, they get it done in the surge. The play calls were on point, man, but you got to contend with Standy.
Yeah, Standy obviously a massive problem for Paris in that game, but honestly, like, they did so many things right in that final round. Switch to cold-blooded, find the opening couple picks, and then even after they get the kills, just, I mean, I suppose maybe someone from Røkkr in position to trade, or maybe a little bit too aggressive for Paris, but I mean, I think even just looking at the stat line, there is two obvious issues, right? One for Standy, 13 kills, not a bad performance at all. And of course, 2 and 9 on the flip side, just two disparities in levels of production. I mean, obviously, congrats to Røkkr for getting those extra CDL points, a series they needed to win. And the reverse sweep is certainly nice to have, especially off the back of 2 respawns. I suppose maybe the optimistic way to look at it is said, hey, if we had just cleaned it up on that final hard point, we would have taken down this series 3-1 in a comfortable fashion, because that control and that Berlin hard point were much sweeter for Røkkr.
Yeah, very sweet for Røkkr indeed. The respawn woes for the time being looking all right, but they've still got to find that sort of form against more formidable opponents, and there you go, man. Good highlights across the board there from both players, both teams, everyone putting their weight. Struggles certainly for Jimbo, though, it has to be said. The first bloods weren't all ideal, of course, until that final round where he got involved. GRVTY with a couple of nice plays, not able to make the clutches, but for Røkkr, again, it's just composure, the name of the game. Their A-bomb setups, the holds they had there, not falling prey to any of the snipes from Temp, not falling prey to any nades. They really played that very conservatively, very good job out of them. And it shows there. Work put in, search and destroy continues to be their bread and butter. Except on Tuscan, they got absolutely slapped around there, but it was a good series nonetheless.
I mean, yeah, it's very specific for Minnesota. It feels like on Tuscan, they just have to clean up the clutches, right? I mean, whether that's just going over game plan or better comms in the moment, but that is the map where in S&D, they have just found a way to struggle. So maybe look for that turnaround. Obviously need to talk over the Tuscan as well, but at least for the control, at least for the Berlin, clean, efficient work, dominant on Berlin. You get the offensive win for the Tuscan control. So absolutely, there are some positive takeaways from Minnesota, who again, that's been the big issue, right? It is just the respawns. If they start, like, their S&D has been elite enough that if they start even just going like a mediocre record, splitting 50-50s for the respawn, I mean, they may very well be in like championship contention.
There you go. We'll see if it can happen. There are plenty still to be played for in Vanguard, plenty to be played for here in the qualifiers towards the major. But of our delightful darlings of the desk, please, how we doing?
I'm doing all right, man. That was actually a really good game. It was entertaining. The reverse sweep came in. Minnesota Røkkr put out a big win. I mean, it was close, though, because Big Bad Jimbo was about to shut them down, man.
Bro, that was the best, worst series I've ever seen in my life, but it was so entertaining. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I'm here to be like, I'm not here to be nice, right? Like, dude,
what was that?
Jimbo was getting fried. That was literally, no, like, seriously, like, I had to, like, just poke fun at him. Like, he was getting destroyed. Like, when we joke around, we're like, oh, they had a 0.5. Like, that's something we used to say as pro players. Like, no, he legit had a 0.5. Now, I get he might be on high ping, whatever. Like, it doesn't lead you to run out and get blooded like 4 different rounds. If I was on Paris, no lie, I'd send him straight back to the bench. That was legitimately the worst performance I've ever seen in my life.
So this is a big question now, because when Fellow was here, the team looked really dynamic, aLLeY.
Free Fellow, bro. I tweeted it out the other day. No slight to Jimbo, like Nemo said. Ping does have a huge factor, all right? I heard 80 being tossed around, but like there were so many times where he was just flying out by himself. You could tell he wasn't comfortable on the map yet with this squad, and the first bloods on that bow cage, man. You just can't get picked off like that.
No, big time. But still, though, Paris still kept themselves in the game.
Yeah, Temp and John and Tom Gravity, huge plays out of those guys. Like
3v4, almost 3v4 the hell out of them.
Listen, like when you come up from challengers, you got to control the narrative, right? Like you come out, even if you're on high ping, like adjust your play style. This guy was Barry Allen, like flying out everywhere. Like even on the map 1, they were in P5 and he was holding down the bottom stairs. Like he was holding it for literally 1 second and then gives it up, runs upstairs to go help his 2 teammates that are watching the entry. They lose time. They almost lose the map after that. Like there were so many mistakes that he made. He has so much to learn. I don't think he's ready to be in the CDL, to be honest.
We'll say this though, this is the year of the rookies right now with Jimbo. This was your first weekend. Welcome to the CDL, big fella. And hey, next time we see you on screen, you better pop off and shut all of us up, okay? But it's about time for the Game Field post-victory spotlight. And let's just go ahead and jump right in it.
Hopping right into it with Major. What's going on, dude? I gotta ask you guys, what is with the difference between map 1 and map 4? Is it just you guys get more comfortable later in the series?
Yeah, I think we just needed to wake up. That first hard point on Tuscan, we were playing our situations really well. Them hitting scrap time, getting points there, really kind of made that comeback for them at the end of the hard point. But I think us just playing like how we did in the first 2 maps, but actually executing moving forward is why we came back.
I gotta ask you, did you rip Standy a new one after that hard point? Did you see what happened, bro?
Yeah, we saw what happened, but I just said, like, forget about it.
Yeah.
Let's play Search and Destroy. There's no point in literally getting
it happens.
Like, it happens to everybody. So we were just ready for the next map. We started off hot in that Search and Destroy. They just started blind countering us. We kept losing a few situations where we had man-up numbers. So to put it short, we should have just executed when we had the lead.
Yeah. You guys have insane composure, Major. And you in particular, I think that really your mindset, it's infectious. It helps the rest of the team. So continue to do that, and congrats on the win. But I want to ask you about the role switch. What took you guys so long to make that change? And why did you guys eventually decide to do it?
I think this game is just very different from last year. I think Prestinni does a great job with communicating with a sub when it's time to break, when he's like waiting for us. And we try to switch like that similar to last year, and it didn't work out. So that's probably why we stayed on the AR with Prestinni a little bit longer than we had to. But yeah, I'm just excited to keep progressing with them throughout this next week.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, attach AR.
I appreciate it.
I want to see a lot of it. Major, congrats on the big win, big fella. And can't wait to see you next time, all right? Especially at the Major, all right? You take it easy.
Thank you, guys.
No problem. Yo, Nameless, you're
Sheesh, bro.
You said Barry Allen.
No, legit. Like, legit. Nah, man. Like,
no, seriously, though, I got to say this. I really hope Paris picks things up because they were super exciting to watch.
I mean, I hope, like, so he was on high ping, right? And there was a lot of, white knights on Twitter and stuff, like, saying, like, it's hard to play on high ping. From what I saw, he was still making terrible plays. So that being said, I'm sure he'll get another series where he is on fair ping, and we will assess once again. But as it stands right now, Jimbo, that was ass. That was a terrible performance.
Yeah, by the way, let's go. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Scump play of the game with the one and only Standy, popping off with a beautiful 3K in aLLeY. Standy just always finds a way to electrify his team.
Especially in Search and Destroy, it's just constantly Standy is having these rounds where he's finding 2 to 3 players and just catching them off guard, out of position. You see it here right now. He has complete control of L. He easy reads the challenge from deep tank. I mean, those pistol shots on the fucking money.
Yo, big time. He was on the money. Let's go. Standy popping off like crazy. Do gotta say this though, okay? Minnesota Røkkr were able to pull out a win today. They were unable to get one yesterday. But this is the thing. Heading into their own major, aLLeY, they have to maintain that momentum because I feel like looking at this roster right here, these guys are gunners.
No, it's a good roster, but if anything, they have composure. We know that. We've seen it in every single series that they play. It is never a hot 3-0 when it comes to the Minnesota Røkkr team, and with the new role change, I think it's just a matter of time.
You got that right now. For all of you at home, listen, if you want to rep the skins like the pros, make sure you go ahead and support your favorite team. Team packs are now available, and if you are a Minnesota Røkkr team, after your squad just got to be first sweep in a CDL match like that,
gotta get it.
I better see you in those lobbies. They gotta get it, right?
They gotta get it, man. These skins are fresh, dude. Like we said, purple's my favorite color, so I'm either going LAG, Røkkr, or Ultra. Just make sure you get, man, go into rank play and show off that new skin.
I gotta say this. Okay, take a look at the yellow one right there, New York Subliners. That just pops out. It's a color pop. Gotta say this. So support them, and also if you're a fan of the team, you're gonna want to support them in this next series. They will be facing off against the Florida Mutineers. That is going to be such. I actually think it's going to be a close matchup, and it's definitely a prove-it game for New York as well.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. They're playing 3 sub-maps. Like, these maps are amazing for Florida. It's Bocage and Tuscan for the hardpoint and the control. Crim said he's running an SMG today, so I'm actually incredibly excited to see it because the glimpses of SMG play we saw from Crim early in the season were actually fantastic. So we'll see today the duo and Crim and HyDra what they can do.
Got that right. We're going to talk about the map pool as well. On the other side of this break, so ladies and gentlemen, we got New York, we got Florida, and of course we got more Call of Duty action. We'll see you guys for some more CDL gameplay. See you soon.